Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, the room you're in determines your income. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Let's go! This is your Daily Revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint.
What up, my friends? Great to be with you guys on another edition of your Daily Revolution podcast. It is freezing here in Utah. What is going on? Last week, I was in Arizona at my good friend, my brother Russell Brunson, had an event called Unlock the Secrets. I was a guest speaker here at the event. And in Phoenix, we got in at like midnight and it was like 100 degrees. Now I'm back in Utah, getting ready to go to the gym, and it is 55 degrees. Something is going on with this wacky weather. But anyways, if you're listening to the podcast, it's so good to be with you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for, most importantly, living it. Like listening to a podcast, whether it's mine or anyone else's out there, reading a book, whether it's mine or anyone else's out there, it doesn't make a difference unless you actually implement and live it. So thank you for living what we teach inside of the Prosperity Revolution. And if you get value from this, all I ask is that you share it forward. Share it on. Send it to someone. Take a screenshot and let me know you're listening, and let's dive in. So I was in the room last week. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Russell Brunson does an incredible job. Great individual, great father, great husband, incredible athlete, incredible mind. And he says, hey, Setema, I want you to come down and speak. So I go down and speak, 3 days in the room, and I was filled with gratitude because whatever room that you're in, that becomes your income. Whatever people you surround you with, whoever you surround you with, that becomes your outcome. The people you spend the most time with, that becomes your path and ultimately the promised land that you arrive at. And I've been in rooms for the last 20 years where I'm writing a check or swiping my credit card to get into the room. Right? Where there's business owners, there's entrepreneurs, there's influencers, there's fit and healthy people, there's wealthy people. And it's made all the difference in my world. I look at athletes right now. Athletes, if you get around other great athletes who are hungry, who are driven, who are committed, you become that. I've been around people who are up to no good. All they do is talk about people. They have no vision, no drive, no commitment, and you become that. One of my favorite speakers, Jim Rohn, says, you become the sum of the 5 people you spend your time with, right? That's, you know, Jim Rohn, that's how he talks. He's amazing. So tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. And if you want to get to a different level, you've got to get into a different room. If you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that room could be the weight room. It could be a fitness group. That room could be a group of spiritual people, people who are striving to follow God and live a greater, more moral, ethical life. That room could be people who truly are committed to being great husbands, fathers, mothers, wives. And the room also ought to be people who are committed to building wealth, like making real money, making a difference with that money. The truth is we're all going to die. Like you're going to die, I'm going to die. It's going to be over, and it could be over like next week. For some of you, it's over this week, in the next couple of days. And one of the biggest problems that I see is we don't do what's required to get around people who are truly committed. Like you don't surround yourself with people. So here's 3 things to help you get around different people. And again, it doesn't matter if it's physical, spiritual, relational, financial. And I'm telling you, if you want to change your life and you want to change it fast, get into a different room. Surround yourself with different people. So step number 1 is write a check. Yes, that means you actually have to make an investment and pay to go to a seminar. You actually have to pay to get into a room. The most money I've ever paid to get into a room, it was significant, right? It was like 10 grand to go to this seminar. I paid as little as $500, and I've paid as little as like $97 to get into a room. But depending on what you want, one of the fastest ways to get into a room is to stroke a check. swipe your credit card. And some of you right now might be like, wow, that seems like a lot of money. Is it? I mean, kids go to college for 4 freaking years. Are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And what do they get for it? Piece of paper? I'm not against college. College is good if that's your thing. There's a lot of development that can take place there. So figure that out, like write the check. You've been following a mentor. You've been following someone. And maybe some of you are like, yeah, man, I've been following you, Setema, for a while. It might be time to come to immersion or to come to Huddle or come to our stage speaking boot camp or to our certified master coach. But find the right people and write a check. Number 2, get clear about what you want and locally go find those people. What I mean by that is, like, I'm here in Utah right now. And when I go to the gym, it's crazy. My lifting buddy is not here. He's out working out of town. So I'm lifting by myself. And it just so happens that I meet one of my close friends, his son-in-law, and he's a lifting guy. I'm like, dude, you want to lift? He's like, yeah, uncle, let's lift. So I'm meeting him here in the next 10 minutes to go lift. Like, he's a guy that lifts. He's here locally. And it's amazing because when you're focused on the thing that you want, you're going to meet those people who are also focused on the same things. So locally, it could be the gym. It could be people, whether it's church or meditation or spirituality, just having deep conversations. Could be people who are really committed to being the best spouse and parent. And again, of course, there's the money thing. Final thing, step 1 is write a check. Swipe your credit card. Go pay for it. Number 2, locally seek out the people. And if you don't ask, you don't get. Closed mouths don't get fed. Ask and receive, knock and it's open, seek and you'll find. I promise, in your area, there's people there, but you're going to have to start communicating that this is what you want. And the third thing to help you to get into a different room is get really committed to the thing that you want. Being committed means I'm all in. It means that I'm going to cut out all the things that don't matter. It means I'm going to do the work. And I promise you right now, if you'll get into a different room, if you'll seek out people locally, and then if you got to get on a plane. A lot of times you got to get on a plane, pay for a hotel, pay for an Uber, a rental car, and go be in a different city, right? When you write that check, you're going to see such massive improvement inside your life. You're going to see an acceleration in your life because being around greatness, being surrounded by people who are committed to health, being surrounded by people who are committed to making more money, making 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, being around people who are committed to being more Christ-like, more humble, more calm, more patient. I'll say this on this group, lastly, right? This is the spiritual piece component here. It's amazing because my wife is part of this morning call called Come Follow Me, right? It's just one of our church programs. And there's a group of individuals all around the country who said, hey, let's just get together every morning at 6:30 Central. So it's 5:30 here in Utah. And I got up this morning and I was on the call. And it's amazing just the power of being in a group. Like these people on the call, there's probably 30 to 40 every day. And I've listened a number of times and it's incredible. Like my life is different just by getting on a call. Like just by being, whether you're in the room literally or you're on a virtual call and you're committed to that principle or that focus, you'll be amazed at what happens. So that was my morning. Again, that was literally an hour ago. It's almost 6:30 right now. I was on the call this morning. I'm hearing people share their testimonies and their feelings about how this call has made them better. And that's the game. You get around people who speak a different language, people who are committed to principles, people who are committed to wealth and health and happiness. You can't help but rise up. As the phrase says, a rising tide raises all ships. You become who you spend your time with. And my brothers and sisters, my friends, listen to the podcast. If you know that now is the time to get into a different group, I invite you. One of the groups that I have that is just such a great group. It's a weekly group coaching call that I do. It's called The Huddle. Go to championshuddle.com, championshuddle.com. We've opened up registration for that. It's open. And I invite you to get in with us where I do a weekly coaching call every Wednesday. It's an amazing call. Guys, I love you. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thank you for implementing what you learn here. And thank you for being a great human being. There's a lot of idiots out there. There's a lot of jerks, a lot of people that are just unkind. And everyone's fighting a hard battle. So be kind to them. All right. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast today. If you have, share it, tag it, someone on it. Let me know and have an amazing day.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.